watching Republic TV and my name is Kriti Mehta. Welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from across the country and around the world to set the tone for your day. Now, from Prime Minister Modi's address at the Indo-France CEO meet forum to YouTube, removing Ranbir Alabadia's vulgar jokes from its platform. We'll bring you all these latest updates, and that's not all. We'll also be bringing you stories from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed line-up. So let's kickstart today's mega news day here on Republic, as always, with the nation first this quick morning. Prime Minister Modi delivered a speech on Tuesday during the closing session of the Indo-France CEOs Forum, calling for increased collaboration between the two countries. In his speech, Prime Minister Modi emphasized that with India's scale and France's finesse, the two nations could bring about a global transformation.
भारत और फ्रांस के बेस्ट बिजनेस माइंड का संगम है। अभी प्रस्तुत की गई सीईओ फोरम की रिपोर्ट का स्वागत है। आप सब भारत फ्रांस स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप को भी मजबूती दे रहे हैं।
And Prime Minister Modi met US Vice President J.D. Vance and his Indian origin wife Usha along with their two young sons on the sidelines of the AI Action Summit in Paris on Tuesday. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chaired high-level meetings in New Delhi to review the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir, reaffirming the Prime Minister's commitment to a terror-free Jammu and Kashmir. The discussions focused on eliminating terror financing, tackling narco-terrorism and dismantling terror networks. And Manipur is said to be placed under the president's rule as BJP fails to name a new chief minister for the trouble-torn state following the resignation of N. Biren Singh more than 1.5 years after violence aggravated in the valley between the Methi and Kuki-Zo communities. And DMK Minister K. Ponmudi sparked controversy with his remarks on the role of Hindi speakers in Tamil Nadu's job market. Addressing a gathering, he emphasized the importance of education and dismissed the notion that learning Hindi would lead to better employment opportunities. The BJP is yet to announce its pick for Chief Minister after the Election Commission on Saturday announced the party's landslide win in the Delhi Assembly election held on February 5. Some reports suggest that the BJP wants a first-time MLA to be the next Chief Minister, According to BJP leaders, the oath-taking ceremony will be held after Prime Minister Modi returns from his US trip. Many names have been doing rounds, so contenders to become the chief minister from the BJP after Sushma Swaraj in 1998 can also be a woman. Now, these include other names: Parvesh Verma, Delhi BJP Chief Minister Delhi BJP Chief Virender Sachdeva, Senior Party Leader Vijender Gupta, and newly elected Mustafabad MLA Mohan Singh Bisht, among others. And following a barrage of criticism, the contentious episode of India's Got Latent, featuring Samirena YouTube influencer Ranveer Alabadia, social media influencer Apurva Makhija and Ashish Chanchlani, among others, has been taken down from YouTube. The episode, initially inclusive to members on the platform, is now inaccessible in India.
माँ बाप के संबंध के बारे में बोलेंगे तो उनको पब्लिसिटी, सस्ती पब्लिसिटी मिलती है, इसीलिए अनाप शनाप बातें करते हैं। ये फैशन हुआ है, इसके ऊपर रोक लगाना चाहिए। ये हिंदुस्तान है। पॉडकास्ट, सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म, यूट्यूबर्स, उनके कंटेंट पर सेंसरशिप आना चाहिए।
At least 7 pilgrims returning from the Mahakumbh in Prayagraj lost their lives after their tempo traveler collided with a truck near Sihora in Madhya Pradesh's Jabalpur district on Tuesday. The victims were residents of Andhra Pradesh. The government has initiated an inquiry to find the causes behind the accident. The Mahakumbh devotees had taken a holy dip in the Trivedi Sangam. After the accident, Jabalpur's district collector and SP were present at the site to survey the situation.
थाना सिहोरा से 5 किलोमीटर पहले मोहला बरगी जो कटनी रोड पर है हाईवे, उस पर एक ट्रक रॉन्ग साइड के चले जाने से ट्रेवलर सीधे आके उससे टकरा गई। फिलहाल अभी वो साउथ की ये ट्रेवलर है, उसमें 7 लोगों की मौत की फिलहाल पुष्टि हुई है और इस अभी फिलहाल बॉडी को बचा दिया है। कुछ लोग अभी गाड़ी में फंसे हुए भी दिख रहे हैं, जिसको हमारा पूरा पुलिस प्रशासनिक अमला उसमें रेस्क्यू कर रहा है और उसको निकालने का पूरा प्रयास कर रहा है। घटनास्थल पर सारे जो TI SDOP है, मैं स्वयं जा रहा हूँ और इसमें पूरा उन कहाँ के थे, क्या थे, ये पूरा जानकारी लेकर पृथक से बताया गया।
And viewers, tracking the buzz, we bring you stories from the world of business. Stay tuned for all the latest updates. Meta on Tuesday announced that it is expanding Instagram teen accounts to India, which will not just ensure built-in protection for young users of this cohort with features limiting unwanted interactions, but also enhance privacy settings and provide greater parental oversight. This will also place teens automatically and by default in the highest safety settings, according to Meta, since some young users might have this tendency to misrepresent their age. Additional verification steps will be required in these situations. For instance, when someone attempts to create an account with an adult birth date. Meta has made this announcement amid global concerns regarding the harmful effects of social media on teenagers and young, impressionable minds. The Union Finance Minister on Tuesday said that the Union Budget 2025 presents a futuristic blueprint for Viksit Bharat. Speaking in Lok Sabha during a budget session, the Finance Minister said that the global economic scenario has turned 180 degrees over the past decade and added that presenting a budget is more challenging than ever before. In her speech in the lower house of the parliament, Finance Minister Sitharaman added that where the country should see fiscal prudence, it is witnessing rising debt. In a significant trade policy escalation, President Donald Trump has announced a substantial increase in tariffs on steel and aluminium imports, raising them to 25% from the previous 10%. The decision, effective from March 4, eliminates previous exemptions and quota deals impacting major global suppliers, including Canada, Brazil, Mexico, and South Korea. The move marks a decisive shift in U.S. trade policy, aiming to protect domestic steel and aluminum industries under the guise of national security concerns.
So essentially, we're putting on a 25% tariff without exception on all aluminum and all steel. And it's going to mean a lot of businesses are going to be opening in the United States. Now, we're going to be meeting over the next 4-week period, maybe on a weekly basis, and maybe we'll do a couple of them at different times and maybe together.
Addressing the inaugural session of India Energy Week 2025 virtually, Prime Minister Modi emphasized India's accelerating progress in the energy sector, marking key milestones and setting ambitious goals for the future. He further stated that non-fossil fuel energy has tripled. India is the first nation to meet the goals of the agreements of the Paris G20. Prime Minister Modi outlined India's energy ambitions resting on 5 pillars: resources, brilliant minds, economic strength, political stability and strategic geography, coupled with a commitment to global sustainability.
इंडिया एनर्जी वीक में देश और दुनिया भर से यहां यशोभूमि में जुटे सभी साथियों को नमस्कार। आप सभी सिर्फ एनर्जी वीक का हिस्सा भर नहीं है, आप भारत की एनर्जी एम्बिशंस का महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा है।
In a move starring debate, former President of the United States, Donald Trump has directed a review of enforcement policies under the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, citing concerns over its application. The order signed recently calls for a temporary cessation of new FCPA investigation, pending a comprehensive review by Attorney General Pam Bondi. At the center of this directive lies the Adani Group, embroiled in a high-profile bribery case involving allegations of a $250 million scheme to influence Indian officials. Last year, the Department of Justice under President Biden indicated several Adani executives, sparking international legal and diplomatic repercussions. And moving on to our international segment, where we are tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today, we delve into significant developments from around the world. From Lebanon's new government holding its first meeting to Netanyahu's warning to Hamas over delay in hostage release. Stay tuned as we bring you the ground realities of all these developments shaping the global landscape. There was a traffic chaos Tuesday on the Netzarim corridor that splits the Gaza Strip down the middle after the withdrawal of the Israeli army from the area. On Sunday, Gazans returned north by car, vans and carts. Trucks and fuel tankers regularly brought the traffic to a standstill on the muddy main road. For people going back north by car, that's the only route authorized and has been like that for the last 3 days, with more people moving since the army withdrew from that specific area on Sunday. South Korean police on Tuesday were questioning an elementary school teacher who allegedly stabbed a pupil to death in the city of Dijon. The incident on Monday during after-school care has shocked the nation and prompted the country's acting president to instruct reviews of school safety standards. The father of the victim spoke to journalists outside the school on Monday. And Lebanon's new government held its first meeting on Tuesday as it prepares a cabinet statement where they are expected to commit to rebuilding the war-torn south, maintaining long-term security along the southern border and enacting reforms to fix the economy. The 24-member cabinet will have a difficult mission over the coming weeks to try improving living conditions in the country. Lebanon's new president, prime minister and government of 24 ministers that is split evenly between Muslim and Christian sects were getting to work at a time where the small Mediterranean country is trying to secure long-term security along its southern border following the end of the war between Israel and the powerful Hezbollah group. The Speaker of Ukraine's parliament warned the European Parliament on Tuesday that Russian troops might continue on to capital cities in Europe if Russia is not stopped. Stefan made the remarks before a packed European Parliament plenary session in France, Strasbourg. US Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said that NATO was rock solid but stressed the need for full border and burden sharing across the alliance. Hegseth was speaking in Stuttgart, where he was visiting troops ahead of a visit to NATO's Brussels headquarters, where he will take part in a meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group, which drums up arms and ammunition for Ukraine.
And then it's also reestablishing deterrence, whether it is the deterrence that this command has been committed to in what's happening in Ukraine, or throughout the African continent with what the CCP is trying to do, leaning forward with allies and partners to make sure America's strength is amplified.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu threatened on Tuesday to withdraw from the ceasefire and resume fighting in Gaza if Hamas does not free hostages on Saturday. On Monday, Hamas said it planned to delay the next release of 3 more hostages after accusing Israel of failing to meet the terms of the ceasefire, including by not allowing enough tents and other aid into Gaza. US President Donald Trump has said that Israel should cancel the entire ceasefire if all of the roughly 70 hostages are not freed by Saturday. The Carabinieri police force of Palermo carried out a major anti-mafia operation on Tuesday that led to the issuing of restrictive measures for 183 people, 36 of whom were already in prison on the charges. According to a note released by the Carabinieri in Palermo, the people arrested on Tuesday are held responsible for criminal association of a mafia nature, attempted murder, extortion aggravated by the mafia method, and association for the purpose of drug trafficking, among other things. The investigation, coordinated by the Public Prosecutor's Office of Palermo and the District Anti-Mafia Directorate, has brought to light an encrypted communication system that the mafia clans use to communicate with each other in a secure manner. And Donald Trump hosted Jordan's King Abdullah II at the White House on Tuesday as he escalates pressure on the Arab nation to take in refugees from Gaza, perhaps permanently, as part of his audacious plan to remake the Middle East. Trump has proposed the US take control of Gaza and turn it into the Riviera of the Middle East, with Palestinians in the war-torn territory pushed into neighboring nations with no right of return. He suggested on Monday that if necessary, he would withhold US funding from Jordan and Egypt, longtime US allies and among the top recipients of its foreign aid, as a means of persuading them to accept additional Palestinians from Gaza.
Well, it's not where I want them to live. It's going to be where we ultimately choose as a group. And I believe we'll have a parcel of land in Jordan. I believe we'll have a parcel of land in Egypt. We may have someplace else, but I think when we finish our talks, we'll have a place where they're going to live very happily and very safe.
The Executive Vice President of the European Commission addressed members in a plenary session in Strasbourg on Tuesday to discuss tariffs imposed by the US on goods being exported by European countries. European Union chief also vowed on Tuesday that US tariffs on steel and aluminum will not go unanswered, adding that they will trigger tough countermeasures from the 27-nation bloc.
And we are currently assessing the scope of the measures announced overnight and will be responding in firm and proportionate way by countermeasures. We will act to safeguard our economic interests. We will protect our workers, businesses and consumers. This is the way to protect European interests, but it is not our preferred scenario.
Welcome back, viewers. It's time now to delve into the world of sports with our stories dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting match-ups. Today we bring you updates from the International League T20, where all-rounder Dasun Shanaka facing scrutiny for leaving domestic match midway. Stay tuned as we bring you this and more from our sports segment. All-rounder Dasun Shanaka landed in trouble after Sri Lanka Cricket decided to initiate an inquiry against him for allegedly faking concussion to skip a domestic match to play for Dubai Capitals in the ILT20. Shanaka, a former white ball format's captain of Sri Lanka, left Sinhalese Sports Club's three-day match against Moors Sports Club in the Major League tournament after playing the first 2 days. Meghalaya will host the 39th edition of the National Games in February-March of 2027. Indian Olympic Association President P.T. Usha has informed State Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. As a host state of the next edition, Meghalaya will be handed the IOA flag during the closing ceremony of the ongoing 38th Games in Uttarakhand. The ceremony will be held in Haldwani. And skipper Ajinkya Rahane conjured a typically gritty 100, and pacer Royston Dias supported his effort with a 5-wicket haul as defending champions Mumbai completed a fine escape act, scripting a commanding 152-run win over Haryana to enter the Ranji Trophy semi-finals. Rahane, resuming on 88, wasted no time in the morning to notch 108, his 41st first-class century. The guy did Mumbai to 339 in the second innings for overall lead of 353 runs. The Pakistan Cricket Board inaugurated the renovated National Stadium, one of the 3 venues in the country that will host the Champions Trophy, taking the opportunity to reward the 700 workers who toiled day and night to complete the project. The stadium will host the inaugural Champions Trophy match between New Zealand and Pakistan on February 19. Former captain Rashid Latif urged the Pakistan Cricket Board to overhaul the team's pace attack, looking beyond frontline pacers Shaheen Shah Afridi and Naseem Shah, as he felt they were not contributing enough. Afridi and Shah are set to lead Pakistan's pace battery in the upcoming ICC Champions Trophy. And Pakistani selectors are confident that fast bowler Haris Rauf will be fit in time for the February 19 Champions Trophy opener against New Zealand, even though he was ruled out of the 3-nation ODI tournament. Harris, who sustained a muscle injury while bowling against New Zealand in the Tri-Series opener, is said to have been advised rest and skip the remaining matches of the 3-nation event. Out of favour, India batter Ajinkya Rahane reaffirmed his love for Test cricket and said his hunger to make a comeback to the national team remains intact. The 36-year-old last played a Test for India in July 2023 during the West Indies tour, but his form in domestic cricket has been exceptional across formats this season. And in a setback for Team India as it gears up for the Champions Trophy, star pacer Jasprit Bumrah has been ruled out of the tournament due to a lower back injury. Harshit Rana has been named the replacement of the ace pacer. BCCI on Tuesday night released a statement to confirm Bumrah's absence from the tournament. And tracking the buzz, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. Today we bring you highlights from the 75th Berlin International Film Festival. This and more as we unravel all the latest updates from the entertainment industry this morning. Lalisa Manubal, best known as Lisa to Blackpink fans, makes her acting debut on the third season of The White Lotus. The multi-talented star spoke about her upcoming album Alter Ego and the 2025 Blackpink World Tour. Preparations are underway for the 75th Berlin International Film Festival. Workers erected the signage outside the main cinemas and hoisted the mirror wall above the red carpet area ahead of the opening ceremony. The jury president for the 2025 edition of the Berlinale is American filmmaker Todd Haynes. Other jury members include Chinese actor Fan Bingbing, German actor and filmmaker Maria Schrader, and Argentinian filmmaker Rodrigo Moreno. It seems Bengaluru has kept the singer-songwriter really busy with a new video sharing him playing cricket with IPL team Rajasthan Royals stars Riyan Parag and Tushar Deshpande. Rajasthan Royals posted the video on its Instagram page on Tuesday morning. The video shows Sheeran wearing a cricket jersey emblazoned with the number 23 and the name 1 in tribute to legendary Australian cricketer Shane Warne. And that's a wrap on today's edition of Quick Morning. But stay tuned to Republic News and Updates. Continue right here at 7 a.m. We come up with our show live this morning.